Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Pop in. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to know where we're celebrating. I was just talking to a gentleman, Kelly, in Nigeria, not a half hour ago. And yeah, what a lovely man he was. What a lovely man. And now I'm over here on YouTube, looking forward to seeing who pops in tonight for our New Year's Eve get together. And yeah, it's been a busy one. I worked today. I worked till 3:00 this afternoon. And then, yeah, I walked home. I walked home with a big bag of stuff. I just finished going through it. Didn't get much in the way of stuff for resale, but I didn't spend a lot of money, right? So that's okay. What I did get, let me show everybody. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Pop in. Let me know where you're from when you come in. And Happy New Year, dear. Happy New Year, Andrew. Yeah, it's been a strange year. Hasn't it been a strange year? And it's over. And let's hope it's like we can honestly say it's all over, right? How's your new year going so far? And actually, we're not even into your new year. What time is it where you are, Andrew? What time is it where you are? I tried to hold off till 8:00, but it has been a long, long day, right? I just thought if I could hold on, then in some parts of North America that we would make it into the new year. But yeah, I was talking to somebody. It was already the new year in Nigeria by a half an hour when an hour ago. So it's an hour and a half ago. I was just talking to a gentleman in Nigeria. 8:50 p.m. Oh, it's still early for you. Do you usually stay up late, Andrew, when on New Year's Eve? Do you usually stay up late on New Year's Eve? I normally will try to stay up till midnight, but then I'll crash. I'll go to bed. As soon as the fireworks are over, I have a beautiful window for fireworks. I don't know if they're doing fireworks tonight. It's very, very cloudy and it's snowing. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any fireworks. But the thing is, they're trying to dissuade people from gathering and stuff. So, if they put on the fireworks, then they would do it at the Forks or they would do it at Assiniboine Park. And that would draw crowds, right? That would draw crowds. Yeah, me too. Asanka, holy moly. Happy New Year, Asanka. I have not heard from you in ages and ages. How are you doing, dear? Holy moly, my friend from Calgary, right? Good. We've been doing really good, Andrew. Me and Andrew have been here every single Sunday. It's been a while, Asanka. I hope life is treating you okay. I hope life has been treating you okay. How are all the pets? How are all the animals? I hope their year, right, was a good one. But yeah, for somebody who's got lots and lots of pets, right? That's a lot of caring for the animals and stuff. And we can't go like a whole year quite often without something going awry, right? But I hope everybody was good. Yeah. See, you have lots of pets, Asanka, and I know how much you love your animals. I know. So I'm sorry to hear about one and the dog now that he's going old. So you've just lost one and now you may lose another one. But right, we want this next year coming up. We need this next year to be a decent one, don't we? Oh, yeah, Asanka, I'm really sorry to hear about that, right? I have my cat and she pulled me through a really rough year. And yeah, she's taken off to the bedroom now. She's had a pretty she can hear her eating, so she's eating. And I had a pretty rough year, and she kept me such good company, and she helped me come through that year, right? But I feel bad for you, Asanka, because I know those are your babies. I know that's your family, right? Yeah. But I hope this next year is much better, right? We are all done with this past year. I don't think we can have much worse of a year as we had last year. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I had to get a cat. I had to actively go out there and search out a pet. I wanted a kitten. Remember, Andrew? I wanted to get a kitten and put her in a basket and train her to ride around with me on the bike, right? That didn't kind of happen. I lost 2 bikes last year. That was crazy. 2 bikes, two mountain bikes I lost last year, and my camera gear, and two change purses with money in them. I lost my change purses, and I must have had my bank card replaced about 6 times. Yeah, I kept my keys. I've never ever lost my keys here, right? But yeah, I've lost quite a few things in the past year. It was a rough one. This is going to be an amazing year coming up. I'm determined. I'm done with the crappy years. So I do have I'm not sure, but I might have an apartment. I'm not quite sure, because she hasn't emailed me back. She's trying to make the arrangements and the paperwork, and needless to say, I don't have a great track record right now. But my sister hooked me up with something that was coming open, and yeah, I went to check it out and everything, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing if this works out. But she said she would contact me yesterday, and she didn't contact me yesterday. She didn't contact me today, but I didn't expect she would contact me today, because it is the weekend now, right? It is the weekend. No, I didn't lose the keys. Yeah, so I told everybody New Year's Eve, like I'm gonna pop by New Year's Eve, and we can celebrate, coronavirus here. Look at my backdrop; it's all empty. Asanka, I'm moving. Hopefully, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm moving next week, but there's nothing affirmed as to where I am going. All I know is that I am going, and I'm really crossing my fingers that I have an apartment. So I'm pretty excited about a change. I'm ready for a big change, right? Oh, okay. I do that just for work. I have a little hook in the coat of my jacket, my winter jacket. So I usually just kind of hook my keys there. And I very rarely in the wintertime take my keys off of my coat. My keys usually stick with my coat. But I have been very lucky not to have lost my house keys. Yeah. I really like the collar on my sweater. It's a designer sweater from Italy. It's actually a sweater dress, right? And I just really love the way it looks. I would love to see if I can find. I guess I would just have to punch in ruffle collar and things would pop up, I think. But I think ruffles look good. I like ruffles. Ruffles actually were very popular in the 1600s, weren't they? With the men and the women. Really? You don't want to be resuscitated, Andrew? When you're done, you're done? Oh, I would never do that. I say, yeah, keep pounding on my chest, keep giving me that CPR, right? Do whatever, do whatever is absolutely necessary to keep me going, right? Just keep me going. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, that is interesting, Andrew. I wouldn't have taken you as someone like that. Yeah, I could never do anything like that. I could yeah, I'd say just keep me going, keep me on that resuscitator. Just don't let me go. I don't want to go. I want to stay. Well, I mean, you're just going to come back anyway. So if this life didn't work out, right? Like you're just going to be back. So, you know, so I guess it's to everybody's choice, right? For, whether it's like about abortion and stuff, like that's people's choices, right? I say I can't donate my body. I don't want my body to go to transplant. I don't want to end up on a university table where students can experiment on me. I don't want that, right? Unless it's absolutely necessary. I just want to be put in the incinerator. Let's be done with it. Poof, poof, poof. Done, right? Oh, right. I know, Andrew. I know how hard it is to be, right? Because I've never been a caregiver myself, but I have lots of people, right, with Prairie Dodgers that are caregivers, like Owen. Owen's a caregiver too, right? And then lots of us, and what did I do? I just met somebody from Turkey, and he was saying his one of his friends is a caregiver, and she's expected to be a caregiver, and she was chosen by the family to be the caregiver, and she never was able to get married or have babies or have a life, right? Oh, too, right? You're a caregiver too, Asanka? Hi, Melvin. We're talking about caregivers, who the caregivers are, right? That's a hard life. That's a dedicated life. That's a life of service. No question that's a life of service. Being a caregiver, I could not have been a caregiver for my mother. I couldn't have like from the time my mother found out she was dying. Well, she didn't really understand that she was dying by the time she was dying, but by the time we found out my mother was sick till the time she passed away, it was like a week, right? So I couldn't imagine. And I was cleaning out her apartment and everything, not knowing that she was going to pass away. But I was cleaning out her apartment because I knew she was never coming back to the apartment. At the very least, my sister would have put my mother in a home, having that experience. But my mother did end up passing away, and it was strange, right? Because I had to give my mother that talk, right? Mom, you're passing away. What do you want to do? Is there anything you're requesting? Anything you want, right? I had to have that conversation with my mother, and I was the one who sent my mother away, right? But I never saw her pass away. She passed away that night. And I remember leaving that room that day, and I'm thinking, I'm never coming back here. That's it. I'm never coming back in this room again. I'm sorry, right? So I walked back into the room, and I had left one of my great big coffee table books there because I brought it with me so I could kind of read. It was one of my history books, but one of my big ones, right? But I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want it to go away. So I went back into the room to get my book because I knew I was never coming back into that room. And sure enough, my mother passed away that night, right? But I could not have been a caregiver for her. One of my other sisters would have had to have been the caregiver, and I have no idea who it would have been. It probably would have been Tracy. She probably would have had to go live with my mom, right? But they would have all expected I do it because I was the one who wasn't married and I was the one who didn't have children. So they probably all would have figured that I was going to do it, but no, not a chance. Oh, Sharon's here too. Hi, Sharon. Happy New Year, dear. Happy New Year, Sharon. Oh, awesome. Sharon's here too. Awesome. Let's see who's all going to show up. Is Owen here yet? Nancy, Kathy. Did Kathy join me on Instagram tonight? Probably not, but she could be out celebrating New Year's Eve today. I just thought that I would pop in on for New Year's Eve because lots of us, we don't do the big celebrations, right? Like I never ever have. Lots of times, like that would be the biggest, whoopsie. Let me turn that around. It would have been one of my bigger money nights when I was working at the bar. So for sure, I would have tried to have worked if at all possible, right? I would have tried to work that day. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Awesome. Thank you, Asanka, for popping in. That was really sweet of you. Take care. Happy New Year. Best of the year for you. And hope all your little furry family friends are going to be amazing all year long, right? All year long. We need a year of rest before we start to go back into it, right? A year where nobody gets any bad check marks, right? No good or bad. Just have at her, accumulate as much good and happiness and, right, all the good stuff in life without being stuck to any bad stuff. Yeah, we need to have one of those years. We definitely, I know for sure I could use one. I know Andrew could use one. I know Owen could use, everybody. That's what my channel is about. We are the island of misfit toys, aren't we? We're the island of misfit toys. Yeah, we're all little kinky in some way, but you know what? We all get along, and we all get along by holding each other up, right? Yeah. Thank you, Sharon. I hope your new year is going to be amazing. I hope the new year for absolutely everybody moves forward, right? Moves forward without the stresses. So are you going to get some of that money that the president has set aside, you guys? How many $1 trillion did he sign for? Are you guys going to get some of that stimulus money, or is that for business? I didn't hear too much about it. I'm sure Melvin knows. What's going on with that. Melvin, take advantage of talking politics and fill us in on what's going on with that, right? Because I did hear it was like $1 trillion, more than $1 trillion. Oh, okay. Not betting on it, right? Yeah, because it might be the last big chunk of money coming through for a while, right? I hope they do some debt forgiveness. The world needs some serious debt forgiveness. I think they should forgive credit card debt, right? I think North America should forgive. I think actually the whole world, that would help the economy greatly, just to do the debt forgiveness on the credit cards, because everybody racked their credit cards up to get by this year, right? Just to get by this year. So if the government would wipe the slate on the credit cards, because everybody ruined their credit at the same time, right? Everybody ruined their credit at the same time. So this would be an opportunity for people to save their credit, and at the same time, they put a roof over their head and they put groceries in the cupboard with that money. So if the government would just say, okay, it's okay, right? We're just going to wipe those credit card debts. Andrew, really? That is so interesting. What a great idea. Oh, Melvin, good job. Well, I know a lot of people on my crew here are very, very good with their money, and others are very, very generous with with the things that they need for themselves too. But it's not for me to say, right? Everybody gets to make their decisions on how they want to spend their money. And some of us do good with our debts, and some of us don't do so good with money. I've never been really good with money my entire life. I'd never really been good for money. Money was just for enjoying and buying things and doing things, and right. It was never meant for investing in anything. Certainly not for investing in my future, even though I tried a few times. I remember I tried to open up a cafeteria business. Oh yeah, I wanted to be an independent contractor, and I had all my they call it proposals, and I had proposals all out to big companies and everything, trying to get a cafeteria. And I never did get a cafeteria. But I wanted to open up a restaurant. I did the fur coats on eBay. I did that for a while. I did the regular auctions there for a while, but I didn't like it, right? Because I wasn't very good with packing. I really, really hate packing. And I was packing China teacups and stuff like this, right? And they usually, people would go, "Oh, my teacup broke," and then I would have to give them half their money back after I spent it and stuff, right? So yeah, I didn't like that. But the fur coats were good because I used to pick up fur coats for under $10, and I'd sell them for anything between 300 and 700, maybe. No, I never sold a coat for 1,000, but between $300 and $700, I would get for a coat, and I would pick them up for under $10. Now the secondhand stores, they know the value of their coats and stuff, so they don't really give us any deals. If you want to pay $70, maybe you'll double your money. Maybe you won't make $70. So it's like throwing the dice on that, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, when I bought my first car, my mother co-signed for my first car, and when we went to the bank, because she was in her 60s, they had this 60 plus plan where you could use your bank card as much as you want and never pay any fees. You could get money orders, you can get checks, everything was absolutely free. And so I attached it to my account. I use it all the time. And they keep trying to talk me into changing that account, right? Because that account doesn't exist anymore, and they don't want me to have it because there's no fees whatsoever, right? I love secondhand. Look at this beautiful. It's a what do you call that? It's a sweater dress, right? And it's really long. You can't really see it, but it goes just below my knees and stuff, right? But it's a designer sweater dress from Italy. I absolutely love it. It's so comfortable, and I got so many compliments on it today. Nothing is free. Everything comes at a cost. I'm getting to realize that, Melvin. I'm starting to believe you when you see that. But can I tell you something today? What happened today for New Year's? I had a homeless man come into the store today, and his clothes, he had shabby clothes on. He didn't even have a proper winter jacket on, and his clothes were all wet, like soaking wet, right? And he smelt like fire. He had slept out, not outside. Now you guys have seen, I hope you guys have seen all the snow that we have here in Winnipeg. It's so cold outside, and he's sleeping outside. And I guess he had built himself a little bonfire. And um Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. He built himself a bonfire, but I guess when he built himself a bonfire, all the snow melted, right? All the snow melted on him, and all his clothes were soaking wet, filthy. He smelled really bad. The poor man, right? He came into the store. He was asking me about something, and I felt so bad for him. I said, "Give me a moment," right? And I went and I got my manager. And I says, my manager will talk to you. He'll understand and he'll take good care of you, sir, right? And my manager took him all around the store today and suited him up. Big heavy shirt, hoodies, glove. He had a proper hat, proper pants, a pair of boots, because he came in with a pair of runners on that were soaking wet, new clean socks, gave him a pair of clean socks, right? And then just as he was leaving, like, my boss went and put some underwear and some socks and stuff in a knapsack for him. Wasn't that nice? That was my manager did that for that homeless man today. And that's why Goodwill is so amazing, right? So amazing. I don't know if you guys know, but Value Village is owned by Walmart. When they say donate clothes, you're donating for a business. Only 10% of what they make actually goes to charities. And Walmart is taking that credit, right? That donation, that write-off for giving that donation. So, you're not doing anybody any favor by donating your belongings to Value Village. I hate to say it, but, Goodwill does good things. And not only that, right? If the clothing doesn't sell, we put them in garbage bags once a month. We clean the shelves of the old clothes, right? Right? He is a good manager. He's an absolute sweetheart, and he truly, truly understands the predicament that gentleman was in. And after he got all the clothes and the knapsack, he walked outside onto the sidewalk and stood there without a jacket on himself in the cold and chatted with him and treated him like a total 100% human being. It was the most beautiful thing to see. And I told him so. I thought it was just the sweetest thing, and that came from my manager, right? So, and he got new stuff, and there really was no cost in that, right? No cost in that. And on top of that, my manager, gave him a good encouraging talk. You can 100% put any amount of money onto that, because he stood out there for a good 10 minutes out on the sidewalk, just talking to him and watching my door, of course, because we have to meet quotas and stuff like that, how many people are allowed in the store. But, I thought that was pretty amazing of the manager to do that. $100%, Andrew. 100%. Yeah. And it felt good, right? And just wishing people Happy New Year, right, is important. And I try to do it by spilling over the sunshine when they come up to the counter and stuff. Oh, you got such a great deal. Oh, how pretty is that, And then I go, look at it, right? And then I show them, I got this here, right? Look at the pretty, like, I just love the collar. I just can't believe how pretty this is, right? I don't know. I think it's pretty. So yeah. And I bought a couple of sweater dresses in this store since I've been working there. I'm really excited to see what I pick up. I got this sweater dress. It was 30% off of 3%. So I got it for like $2.60. $2.60 I got this one. And I got a couple of things today because it was 75% off of Christmas. So I got pajama pants, right? Because they were $4, but they only cost me $1, right? It's a onesie, people. I got a onesie. There's no poop chute on it. Whoops. Yeah, there's no poop chute on it, right? And they need to be washed because we don't wash any clothes, right? And lots of times this stuff is coming out of people's cupboards and stuff, and they'll be clean already. But you always want to make sure that you you wash things, right? Obviously, we couldn't have done it for that homeless man today, but he was pretty dirty and he was pretty wet and he was in pretty desperate situation for a fresh, decent pair of clothes. Yeah, a onesie, people. I thought that was pretty cool. For $1, I'm going to wash it and I'm going to put it away. I'm going to put it away for Christmas next year. I might not even wait for Christmas. I've never worn a onesie. Well, maybe as a baby, I might have worn a onesie. But yeah, so I got two pairs of pajamas. I counted this one as Christmas too. I didn't realize my prescriptions are so messed up. I didn't realize as they were mooses on there, right? I just saw the red and the white and I just assumed it was Christmas. So yeah, I got this pair for $1 too, right? But there was another mistake I did when I got my staff discounts, right? There was something this bowl. This is what it was. This bowl I got because it was 75% off of Christmas, right? So I got this beautiful white porcelain bowl, right? And I grabbed it at 75% off of $4. So I paid $1 for this, right? With a lid for Christmas. I thought, it'll be great for the peas or something, right? But then you get up real close. That's not Christmas. I saw the green and the red, and I thought it was holly and holly berries. But that's some kind of vine with blueberries and raspberries, and I accidentally gave myself a big discount. So I have to make sure that when I go back to work that I have to pay an extra $1.60, right? So I make sure that I pay $1.60. Yeah, I'll have to remember to do that because he watched me on the camera. But he let me add up all my stuff today because he was busy doing the cash outs and stuff. So he says, I'm watching on the camera, Cindy. And so I made sure that I was honest and everything. And it was a larger bill. Well, I'm allowed $30. And my bill was $31. So I was in my range, but I didn't really get anything for resale except for this. And I think I could probably get $25 for this. It's a piece of art glass. It's an art glass ashtray. See the little bubbles in it? And you can tell it's an original only because the bubbles are, what do you call that? In sequence, right? Like they're in rows. So the pattern is consistent, and that's how you can tell it's an original. So I'm not sure what it's worth. I'm thinking about $25 that I'll get for this, but it's very heavy. So this is really the only thing that I got this week for resale. Everything else is for me, including my magnifying glass. You guys, this is a magnifying glass, right? I just go like this. So I've been using it for my jewelry. I've been using it for reading, right? Because my prescription, I ruined my glasses, right? So I'm wearing an old prescription that don't fit properly. Okay, so then I got one more thing. Everybody. And I bet you guys remember this. An old cassette tape. I got an old cassette tape and I got 3 brand new cassettes, right? This is going to be because I want to practice my TEDx talk, right? So I'm going to use this one because I'm going to do a TEDx talk on Turn the Other Cheek, and I want it to imprint. I want people to be bawling their eyes out, and I want people to live to never, ever make anybody else ever turn the other cheek ever again. Well, when I'm done with it, Sharon, I'll put it in a box and I'll send it to you, right? And I'll send you, because I'll use the same cassette. I'll just use the one because I can erase it, right? This machine erases and everything, right? So So when I'm done with it, I'll send it to you, Sharon. Okay? But I probably won't be doing it until I'm settled in my apartment, but it's going to be part of my evening routine to practice. I know I could do it on my phone, but I don't want to waste the batteries and stuff. And this is old school. I think this would be really good. And I thought it was pretty cool. Even has a little handle, and can I put batteries in it? And if I want to, I could put batteries in it and take it camping and stuff with me, right? But you would just walk away from the situation, but that is turning the other cheek, Melvin. That is turning the other cheek when you just walk away from the situation, right? Right? You know, it was drilled into me as a kid just to walk away. It caused me more damage than good, right? You have to hold your own. And if you don't hold your own, people will take advantage of that consistently over and over again. It's a sign of weakness, right? When you're not a weak person and you turn the other cheek, inside your body, your blood actually boils. Your blood actually boils when you're disrespected that way, when people don't see you for the person that you are, right? And I had to work on that quite a bit, right? Because there is no justifiable reason for resentment. And I always keep that in mind, right? And I will never, ever, ever turn the cheek. I promise, even at my own well-being, I will try. Like I will pull and I have done it before, right? I have jumped into scary situation where I could have gotten hurt or something. But I don't like to be hurt. I don't like to see other people hurt. And that's why in some of these relationships that I have, that it's very, very painful because, I do put myself in other people's shoes and I can imagine how these other people will feel, how people would feel that they're, were used or taken advantage of. But at the same time, I have to take care of myself, right? So I don't know. It's a funny conversation. Oh, not in the very least, Sharon. Not in the very least. Yeah. And if I decide not, because I will know in the next week or two, because I'll either resonate with it the first time I try to use this to practice my TEDx talk. The first time I try, I will know whether or not I resonate with this system. And if I don't resonate with it, I'll just throw it. I'll just throw it in a box and off it goes. But it's pretty cool, right? Isn't that cool? I remember these in the 70s and the 80s, right? Was it the late 70s? It would have been the late 70s. Oh, no, maybe not even the late 70s, right? Maybe around 75 or so, these things started coming out. Yeah. And this is a good one too. This is RCA. So this is a good one. And it's been tested. So it works. It works really good. And it's got 3 brand new, unopened, still in the plastic cassette tapes, right? So and 90 minutes of video. So I'll just use one tape. The other 2 you can have, Sharon. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'll send that to you. Oh, good tip, Andrew. I'll make sure, right? I never even thought of that because to test it out, I would have just slapped a tape in it. Yeah, so I'll take a Q-tip to this thing and clean it really well with some Mr. Clean and everything and get it nice and clean before I use it, right? It looks pretty much brand new. even though it's probably 40 years old, 40 or 50 years old, right? It still looks brand new. What would you use it for, Sharon? For telling your stories into? Would you use it for telling your stories? Dictating your stories? Singing? Would you use it for singing? Right? Maybe like a tape journal, like, right? You could like journal every night, but instead of writing, you could talk to it. Yeah, interesting. That'd be interesting to know. Oh, okay. So they have been around. They have been around for a while. Oh, you already have a stack. Well, this will work out perfect for you. Right? Oh, perfect. So it'll work out good for you. Well, maybe I don't need it even, Sharon. Maybe I don't even need it. Because I can afford to ship it right now, I think. Right? I don't think it would be much. Maybe $10 or $15 to send to you. Yeah. That works. Yeah, so that was much. I spent $30 this payroll, but basically I didn't get anything for resale. It was just the only, like I said, the only thing I got was this beautiful, beautiful piece of art glass. It's like chalet glass, right? It's just a big, it's got a cut off pontoon right there. You have to watch for the pontoon. And the bubbles are supposed to be in nice lines, right? And has to be consistent, not just dots everywhere. So yeah, and it looks brand new, nice and clear, no scratches or anything on it. Yeah, it's in beautiful, beautiful shape. So I'm not sure. I just saw the Crazy Lamp Lady. I don't know if anybody out there watches the Crazy Lamp Lady. I watch her. She's really good. She does Goodwill stores. She takes her video camera and she's a reseller, right? So she goes into Goodwill and she buys things that she thinks might be worth money and she sells them on eBay. But at the same time, what she does is she makes little videos. So it makes content for her channel, right? It makes content for her channel. Plus she can resell stuff, right? And make money off of that. And at the same time, she becomes a little bit of an expert because she kind of, as she goes, she explains what she does, right? And okay, I'll just feel it out and then I'll send it to you, Sharon. Yeah, but I'm starting to get pretty good and I am doing my research, right? I am doing research. And I am collecting a Royal Doulton everyday set for myself, even though I know it's worth money. It's something that I will keep for myself, and that will be the dish set that I put together. But yeah, other than that, that's all I was doing, right? All my notifications. I'm a millennial that grew up with technology, but it will always amaze me that I can charge my toothbrush through my Xbox. It's something that's trending on YouTube right now, right? People charging their toothbrushes with their Xboxes. I've never played on an Xbox, right? I know it's for video games, but I've never used Xbox before. I've never been into video games at all. To me, because I don't play video games, of course I would consider them a waste of time. But I know some very bright people who play video games, and they play video games to relax and to unwind and to escape. Right? Video games, maybe it'd be okay if we have to go shoot up to space and you can get your hands on a rocket, right? You'll know how to fly it because you know how to fly it on a video game, right? So maybe it'll come in use that way. But personally, I don't see any use in video games at the least. To me, it's just a big a big waste of time. But I do things, right? I do things that people think are a big waste of time, right? Like my sister thinks that this is a big waste of time, that I come online and I do YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and stuff, that I come online and I spread my good cheer that way, right? So they think that's a waste of time, but you can't judge, right? You can only be the judge of what you love, right? Because we all have different tastes. We all have different tastes. We all enjoy, doing different things, and nobody should be judged by that, and nobody should be swayed just because somebody else doesn't like it. Doesn't mean that it's not meant for you, right? Like it's not meant for you. Like I love to go metal detecting and stuff, right? I watch a ton of metal detecting videos. Ooh, Hoover Boys. I didn't catch Hoover Boys this week. So yeah, so do you think so? I think my voice is too high for it. I don't have a radio voice. I don't think I have a radio voice. Pronunciation may be pretty decent, I would think, because I'm right in between that layman's, right, and the more uppity, right? But Pinball. I love pinball. My sister has the Circus pinball machine, and I love playing it. I was really good at the Batman machine. Do you guys remember the Batman pinball? The one with the double balls that came off each side? I was really, really good at Batman. But I love pinball, and I'm really good at Circus because my sister has had that pinball machine for years. So every time I go over to her house, I always played pinball for at least a half an hour every single day, and I would try to beat my scores. I was pretty good. I got high score on that machine a few times, right? A few times. But my brother-in-law eventually he got better than I did at Circus, and yeah, I can't beat his. His is like 1,600 points or something like that, right? And my highest was maybe 700 or 800, which is really pretty high because you only need 235 for a free. 23,000 for a free game. 23,000 for a free game, yeah. Oh, Kathy made it in tonight. Happy New Year, Kathy. Happy New Year. Are you kidding me? What a great business that would be. Sharon, I bet you that's lots of fun, and I bet you that's something you really enjoy doing. Right? I didn't know that. I didn't know they had such a place, right? I know people collected pinball machines, but to actually put in like a video dome, right, where people would actually buy tokens and play vintage video games like that, that would be amazing. Mini golfing. Oh my gosh, yeah, mini golfing not here in Winnipeg, that's for sure. Gorgar. Oh, yeah. Was that the one with the little spaceships? The little square spaceships? Or Galagar. Was it Galagar? Maybe it was Galagar, because I remember Galagar, and that was the one with the spaceships and they would move and you had to shoot all the spaceships. But Happy New Year, everybody. Everybody, Happy New Year. We got through one of the crappiest years of I know it's no question ever. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw red lights. I don't see it now. Maybe the guys are cleaning the streets tonight. But oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that one. Yeah, so was Gorgar before Galagar? Maybe. Because Galagar, I remember early 80s. right? It came out just before Pac-Man. Just before Pac-Man came out, Galagar came out. Yeah. Those ones, when they first came out, like I could have turned into a video gamer and stuff, but it wasn't my thing. And, maybe because I like the video lottery terminals that might give me a jackpot instead, right? That I would play those things instead of playing video games. Now I have no interest in playing games online at all. I used to play Poker Stars too. I used to go in and I would play the free tournaments because I was unemployed, right? I would play free tournaments and I would rank in the free tournaments. I was really good at poker. I would rank and they would pay me real money for winning, even if it was like $5 or something or $3. And I would go in and I would pay the penny games in poker, right? Paying 10-cent hands in poker. And I would rack them up. And sometimes I would rack that money right up. Yeah, I used to like Poker Stars. My sister plays Poker Stars almost every day, but I have no use for video games in the very least, especially gambling ones. I never want to gamble again. I never, ever, ever want to gamble again. And I hope, excuse me, it's been a long day, people. It's been a long few days, a long, stressful few days, right? Did I tell everybody here? Not on my channel, Kathy. Nobody knows here. Nobody here. You're the only one who knows that I might have an apartment. I might have an apartment. I might have a little bachelor's suite in the same building as one of my sisters. I'm waiting to hear. I expected to hear from her yesterday. I didn't expect to hear from her today because it's New Year's Eve, right? It's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's New Year's Day. I don't expect to hear from her on New Year's Day. And then she probably doesn't work on the weekend. So I'm not going to hear from her until Monday when she comes back to the office on Monday. So it's going to be a little bit stressful because then I have less than a week to get something figured out if I don't get this apartment, right? If I don't get this apartment. So I really am praying that this is going to come through for me. And it's a good thing because it's Manitoba housing. It goes by 30% of my wages. Whatever I have, whatever I make every month, that's how much I'm going to pay. And yeah, it's a miracle. It's a miracle that I got this place, and I'll be able to get my cat in there because my sister has a dog. I'll be able to get my cat in there. And I might not have to put a damage deposit down on it. I might just have to pay my rent to get in. So I'm super grateful, and I'm going to continue to be grateful. I'm going to continue to be optimistic that this is mine, that this apartment is mine, and we'll see. We'll see on Monday. I really, really pray that come Monday that I'll get that phone call, right? That I did get this apartment. So yeah, thank you everybody for putting those miracle prayers in there because I had a little miracle. It was a lot of running around to do yesterday. Look at me yawning. I'm just yawning. I'm just really, really tired. It was a long day yesterday. It was a lot of running around and it was a lot of trying to get paperwork and the stress of it and everything, right? So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to maybe get an apartment that's very cheap. It'll be like $400 a month for me. All the bills included. Mine are $15 or something for the hydro, for the utilities. So for $400 a month, I will be able to have a car, no question, by spring. No question. I've got maybe $1,000 worth of stuff that I can sell now. I'm going to put away everything I possibly can. I'm going to pay off my debt. I'm going to go see a debt counselor to see how much I can get forgiven from my debt. And on top of seeing a debt adjuster, I'm going to also see if I can include some of the portion of the money I owe for my rent here, if I can include that somehow too. so that I can bring that debt really, really low so that, it'll be a little bit easier for me to get a head start. Otherwise, it's hard to dredge water from no water, right? It's hard. It's hard to do that. So I need to figure a little something out so that I can feel confident that with the money I make at work, that I can clear up some debt. Maybe this summer, maybe I can go to 4 days a week at that job so that I could have 3 days, 1 day of rest and then 2 days together, right? 1 day of rest, meaning to do video editing and stuff like that. And then have 2 days to go off exploring, right? To go off exploring. So that is my hopes, right? That is my hopes. And we'll see, right? We'll see if Cindy can save. I haven't touched that community account that I have, and I have almost $60. I have almost $60 in it now already, right? And I'll put my income tax return, whatever I get from my income tax return, if I don't use it for my glasses, right? Because hopefully I can get my glasses soon, because it is starting to cause me problems, right? My eyes get sore. I get a little tired a little bit faster because I'm straining my eyes, right? And they're rolling down my nose. So they're steaming up when I'm outside with the face mask on. And on top of that, I've crazy glued this, but I got some crazy glue right on here that won't come out. So I got a little bit of film there, but I'm not too sure whether that crazy glue is going to hold that nut in place, right? Because if this lens falls out, I have no idea how I'm going to get the lens back in, because I can't see that tiny little thing so that I can screw it closed, right? So I've got to be very, very careful. And these lenses are very expensive. Like these were the second cheapest of the types of lenses that I could, right? Because they're Nikon lenses, even though they're very, very, they're thick, like literally they're a thick lens. You can see how it's hanging off there. You can see how wide that lens is. It's like baubles from Trailer Park Boys, right? From Trailer Park Boys. So I get special Nikon lens, which are shaped a little bit thinner, so they don't look so bad. They don't help with the eyes, because the eyes still look really, really big, right? Because my eyes look tiny, tiny, and then go like this, and then my eyes look like big saucers, right? And that's what happens when you have bauble glasses, right? But I do need to get clothes, not a problem. If I not buy one more outfit, I can do that. I'm really quite set. I do need some summer clothes, but I plan on just wearing pretty much house dresses all next summer. I want to look cute next summer. As cute as a 59-year-old woman can look. I would like to. Oh, Stealth Digger's uploaded. Oh, there. See, it's metal detecting season in some parts in North America. They get the snow, right? So they can't metal detect right now. So they're doing vlogs and stuff like I do, right? To fill in the space when they can't do their content, their explore videos and their metal detecting videos. Rubbing alcohol. Oh, I never thought of that. Andrew, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try it on my old lenses too, and see if maybe that will take the film off my glasses. I did everything to try and fix those old glasses of mine. I put them in bleach. I put oven cleaner on them. I used an SOS pad. Yes, I used an SOS pad on my lenses, because they were ruined anyway. So I might as well experiment to see. I used Goo Gone. I don't know how many of you guys know what Goo Gone is. I used Goo Gone on them to see if I could get that off. But yeah, I'm going to try that, Andrew. I'm going to try rubbing alcohol. I'm not sure is rubbing alcohol the same as peroxide? I know I have hydrogen peroxide. I'm not sure if I have rubbing alcohol, but I'm sure I can get some. Maybe the neighbors got some. I can borrow some. So can I borrow a cup of rubbing alcohol, please? I probably won't need that much. Oh, yeah, two different. Okay. Yeah. But maybe I'll try the peroxide too, right? Never hurts. I ruined those glasses, so it doesn't hurt to try different things out, right? It doesn't hurt to try different things out. So, how did everything work out, everybody, for Christmas? Did everybody manage to get through Christmas? We haven't heard from Robert in a few weeks now. So did Robert come in last week, Andrew? I'm trying to think if Robert came in last week for New Year's or for Christmas Eve. I'm trying to think, right? I know most of the crew was here on Christmas Eve, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm thinking now too that Robert did. He always says that he comes in afterwards. Like lots of times he misses my lives and stuff. He says, but he always says he comes in afterwards, and he always leaves a little comment for me. So I always know that he's been in to watch my lives all the time because he does leave comments, right? Like you do and stuff. Like if you miss a lot, well, you don't miss my lives, but Kathy does, right? Sharon always does. Like even if Sharon comes in like 2 months later and watches one of the videos or the lives or something, yeah, she always leaves a comment, and that's how I let you guys know last week, right? But she ended up coming into the live anyway last week, right? She ended up coming into the live. I stopped off on the way home and got myself a McDonald's coffee, but I've been putting it in the microwave and now it's starting to taste burnt. So I'm not enjoying my coffee anymore. But yeah, my house is pretty trash. I tore open some boxes to find some paperwork and I made a little bit of mess, but I got all the paperwork that woman and that manager that she needed. And I got it all to her. She said she had absolutely everything she needed. And she was going to go through it all and she was going to let me know. So I'm crossing my fingers. It'll be all good. Maybe I'll put something on my community tab or something to let everybody know what's going on. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until next Sunday. And next Sunday, I'm not quite sure if I'll even be doing a live because if I move next Sunday, everybody, I'll be moving into my look at my hair. I'll be moving into my new apartment next Wednesday because that's my day off, right? So next Sunday and Monday will have to be what's today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 plus 7 is 11. Yeah, I only have Sunday. I have to be gone by next Sunday, everybody. So Saturday night after work, oh my gosh, yeah. So I get off work at 5:30. Then I'll have to start moving. I guess I'll get a truck for 24 hours. I'm just going to move myself. If my sister Alice is home, she might help me with a few boxes. I do have a dolly. So the dolly will help me lots. It won't be so hard because I'll be able to get a couple of boxes on every single dolly. So, and I do have an elevator in my building. So I'm grateful I have an elevator in my building and a rooftop deck, people. It has a rooftop deck. So I'll be able to go up on the rooftop deck and I'll be able to do my lives in the summertime upstairs. And I'm so excited to be able to maybe work on a studio too. Maybe work on a studio in my apartment. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to moving. I'm ready for a change, right? If nothing else, life might not get any easier than it is now. And I'll tell you, this year, I had the worst not the worst Christmas. I had the worst year. The worst year of my entire life was this year. Like, that's pretty big if I were to say that it was bigger than the year that me and my husband separated, right? That was a pretty bad year. It's worse than the year that my dad passed away because I was just able to put my dad's memory into a cupboard, right? And just let his passing just drip into my system so it didn't hurt. So So, yeah, what I went through in this past year has probably been some of the most painful stuff I have ever gone through. It was pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad, and it's over, right? And there were lots of lessons in that year. There were a ton of lessons, but it was a tough year, and I know it was a tough year for lots of us, right? Owen, if you pop in later, I know you probably forgot that I said I was going to go live tonight. But Owen, if you pop in later, Happy New Year, right? Happy New Year, Nancy. Happy New Year, Robert. Happy New Year, David. Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, all the people that I'm trying to think of, right, that pop into my lives afterwards. I hope everybody has a much better year than they had this year. I certainly do, right? And if you like my lives, be sure to give me a little thumbs up there, because YouTube will push this out to more people if the percentage of people that come into my lives, give me a thumbs up or stick around or whatever. Then they bring more people in. And at the very least, on New Year's Eve and on Christmas Eve, lots of people hang out by themselves. And I've been doing my Christmas Eve lives for 5 years now. And this is actually the first year that I've done New Year's Eve also because of the coronavirus. I may do New Year's Eve next year too. I think I should commit now, right? That every New Year's Eve I should go live too, right? I would like to think so. I would like to think I'm some kind of tough bird, right? But it was tough. I tried to smile through it. I couldn't always smile through it. And at the same time, I'm trying not to bring people down, because, right, who wants to listen to anybody go off about how crappy life is and everything? But life is life. Life is just life. And I'm going to get mine. And I have gotten mine on many occasions. You guys know I have. Like me getting to buy all these beautiful clothes, right, at my job, to be able to have a job during the coronavirus, to be able to get some mentorship that helped me along so I didn't have to go through that crazy phase, right? Well, I did kind of go a little kooky earlier this year, right? But holy cow, I was getting downloads like I'd be walking around the house and I'd be getting downloads and stuff, right? So it was confusing, it was scary, right? It was a very sad year, right? Because I had to move away from some relationships for my emotional well-being. It was a year full of uncertainty because there are no promises in any of this, right? There are no promises in any of this. It's up to myself and up to ourselves to make the choices that move us forward, and to resonate properly with what we take into our lives, right? So I'm hoping I did a good job. I'm hoping, because I did it fully by the heart, because there were things that I took on as my own that I never gave any thought to in my entire life, right? I never truly believed in God in my entire life, right? And in the past 2 years, or the past year and a half, right? Almost 2 years, right? To have realization that there truly is a God, right? I thought that was pretty incredulous. I never believed in reincarnation and in evolution. I never realized that. I don't recall God ever talking about evolution and about reincarnation. I don't know if it's in the Bible. Andrew, does he reference that at all? Reincarnation? I mean, he did his own, right? Because isn't that resurrection that he did at Easter? Isn't that kind of like reincarnation, right? Because I believe that Jesus has been on earth over and over and over again, but he was the first one. He was the first empath to ascend, and that's how I feel about it, right? But I don't know. I don't listen to people that actually have these discussions or not. These are just my own knowings, right? And these are knowings. And that's why I stick to them, because knowings are knowings. You can't take a knowing and go, oh, maybe this is the way it is. No, a knowing is a knowing. And this was a knowing from the instant I woke up. This wasn't something that just kind of happened over the course of me awakening. This was something that I just woke up to. There were a few things I woke up to, right? Number one, I don't know, this may sound really, really, really kooky, but I woke up knowing that I implanted myself, really, that I made that choice to come into the family that I did. I made that choice, right? I think a lot of these things that happened in my life were actually directed by myself, that I chose them, right, as lessons. How did I know to study emotions? How did I know to study mindfulness? These are not things that ever came across my platter, like never, ever, ever. Not as someone else. Well, please don't tell me I'm a ghost. Please don't tell me I'm a ghost. That I'm a soul, right? Don't. Right? I would like to think that I'm a human being, right? Kind of think I'm some kind of hybrid, right? I think they call them indigo childs. And I know I'm kind of old to be an indigo, because I think I might be very old to be an indigo, right? But I think I am, right? I think I am. I think some of the things that come across my plate and stuff kind of indicate that I'm some kind of wise soul indigo thing, right? Andrew, you're a funny man. You're a funny man, Andrew. You're a funny man. But it's good, though, that I believe in God. And I think in the end, all denominations believe in God. God is God, right? And you can dress them up however you want. You can dress them up as Buddha. You can dress them up as Jesus. You can dress them up as who are, I don't know, name some of the other ones, right? I know they're the Palladians, right? The ones who think that they're from space. There's the Hindus, right? Oh, do the Hindus? Yeah, they have everybody. There's so many different denominations out there, right? And I think in the end, they all believe in the same God. They just has dressed them up. Even us as, if you consider yourself a Christian and stuff, how do you know that Jesus had long brown hair and had a beard, right? And wore a long white robe. You're only considering that by looking back in history, right? And discerning that from the representation of the times, right? So we human beings add to that pot of story when it comes to their denominations, right? Oh my gosh, Andrew, you're full of comedy today. You're full of comedy. Indiana, the state of the indigos, right? Indiana. That's right. When people wonder where the indigo children are, they're all in Indiana. Oh, you're Irish. I've got some Irish in me, and I got quite a bit. They called it blue blood, right? My on my mother's side, they were like ladies in waiting. They were servants. They were slaves, but they were dressed well, and they lived well, and they lived in the palace. But basically, they were servants, right? Ladies in waiting. I know a great grandmother was lady in waiting to the first Queen Victoria, right? So going way back. So not royalty, but part of the royal household, but in a servantry kind of manner, right? They were, right, ladies in waiting. They were servants, right, with a title. Well, I know when I went to get my glasses, my optometrist told me that I have Eastern nationalities in me because of the eye prescription that I have is relevant to like the Eastern Europeans. So he said I have definitely Eastern European in me, and so I looked. Okay, who are the Eastern Europeans? And they're actually the Russians, right? And the Czechs and even the Hindus and the Chinese, and that's all Mongolians, right? I truly believe that I've got some Mongolian in me for sure, right? That's my nose, right? That's that little pudgy, flat little nose, right? My little wide button nose. And the round head, right? Mongolians have a very round face, right? Even though my face isn't as round as it used to be, right? Remember, oh my gosh, I was looking at my driver's license the other day. Is my ID still here? No, I put it away so I wouldn't lose it. Oh my gosh, I get my driver's license next month. I get to take my driver's license picture next month because I have to redo my license on 2021. So my license is due in February. So I'm going to go and get my license done, and they're going to take my picture this year, and I get to be a skinny person in my driver's license for the very first time. I've never been a skinny person in any of my driver's licenses. Excuse me. Pop. But this will be the first time to be slimmer on my driver's license, and our driver's licenses are good for 10 years. So I'll get to have the same skinny picture on my driver's license this year, right? Oh, look at here. Just to let everybody know that Cindy Vlogs, I don't know if you guys have been following her on Instagram, but she took a Christmas holiday this year. And she's in Disneyland in Florida, and she's been in Florida all week long. I've been watching her posts, and she just uploaded a video to YouTube. So Cindy Vlogs, right? And her channel is Burning Sands Exploration. Burning Sands, right? Exploration, 3 words. And Cindy Vlogs, right? So when she comes into my lives and stuff. But yeah, so if you want to check out her exploration of Disneyland, she's got one up because her notification just popped up on my screen here. So I want to give Cindy a shout out. She's been very, very good to my brand too, right? She always makes a point of coming in and giving me thumbs up and giving little comments. And I actually realized she actually watches my little videos because she'll make comments on things that I talk about in my videos. And that's how you can tell when somebody's actually watching your content, right? Because lots of times what people will do is they'll come in and you'll get, Joe Blow liked this one and Joe Blow liked this one. You'll get 20 notifications all at once, but they were all done within a span, and you can't watch one of my videos, right? Because my videos are always an hour. So they just came in and those are still liked. I still love those too, but I put the content out there so people would kind of watch it, right? So when they do that, I kind of feel bad because then I know they didn't really watch the videos. They just came in and they just gave me thumbs up just to help me out. It's appreciated. But like I said, I would much appreciate if people just stuck around and watched my videos too, right? Oh, Sharon's got fireworks going on. It's snowing. It's full blast, like snowstorm snow outside right now. It is definitely winter here in Winnipeg. And I wish there was some way that I could turn that camera around, but you wouldn't be able to see out the window. It's so black out there. It's just I can see a little bit because the street light across the street, so I can see the snow flakes in the lights as the lights are beaming onto the sidewalk. So that's how I can tell we got it. And it's blowing, right? I can see the snow blowing. So that's how come I know it's a snowstorm going on outside. And I think if that's the case, that might have been our third snowstorm this week, right? Oh, here Prince actually just came in and on Instagram, and that's my friend Jonathan from my mentorship program, and he just popped in on Instagram just to say Happy New Year. And I guess I should say, come on over. I'm over here on YouTube live, right? Come on to YouTube. But where's my phone? Cindy. I don't know. I would lose my head if it wasn't right here. So yeah, I'll just say, hi, Jonathan, come find us on YouTube. Come find us on YouTube. Boo-boo. Everybody's posting today, right? And I hope nobody knows anybody who's had the virus here, right? I hope everybody is staying safe. In the next month, they're going to be giving the vaccines. All our healthcare workers should have their vaccines in the next month at the latest. So that's some good news. Right? And here he is. Reply, Happy New Year. One moment. Reply. We are live on YouTube right now. I should say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And a little exclamation mark. And some squiggly stuff and some music. And there we go. It's sent off. And Jonathan will be here. I'm sure, in a couple minutes. I don't know how long we're going to go tonight, but I'm happy to hang out as long as you guys are happy to hang out. I know it's getting late, and I know I keep yawning and I keep trailing off and stuff, right? But right. I think people are trying to celebrate the best that they can, Sharon. They're like, even when they came into the store, every single person, Happy New Year. Everybody is trying to celebrate a little bit. And it's important, right? Even if it's just a glass of wine, even if it's just hanging out with old Cindy here, right? It's important to connect, right? It's like at Christmas. Christmas is just like any other day. But do you know that like 90% of suicides, they like all happen on Christmas and Christmas Eve, right? So, but if you look at it just as another day, but because of the attachment that we attach to it, right? Like the emotions we attach to Christmas and to New Year's and stuff, we make it important for people, emotionally important for people, right? So no, my camera isn't mounted, but I do have this little stand here, right? And I just set it here, and I do my live shows and stuff on my Instagram. But I also have, I have all kinds of things. I have a monopod. I have all kinds of jacks. I have a tripod here that I'm using because I come out, I have a little camcorder, but it has a like a 4-foot cord or something. So I'm able to mount it onto the tripod, and then I push the tripod back a little bit so I can get a wider picture, because if it sat on my computer, then my head would take up this whole screen. My head would take up this whole screen. So, oh, I guess I should go this whole screen. It would take up this whole screen, right? So it's good that I'm able to just put my camcorder on my tripod and then just push it forward. I'm really excited to see what I'm going to do for a studio, right? I am planted. I move into this apartment. I'm planted for a year, right? I'm planted for a year. So we'll see. We'll see what Cindy can do in a year. Maybe I'm there for the rest of my life, right? If I am, then it's cheap rent and I'll be grateful for it. If I can move myself forward and my abundance starts flying, my nephew is killing it when it comes to the abundance. His abundance kicked in and he is laughing, right? I'm not looking to laugh. I'm just looking to show everybody what hard work, right? If you work hard, what you can accomplish if you can work hard. And I know, yeah, I got a job, but lots of people got jobs, right? And lots of people do what I do online. I would like to really show what a success that I could be, that I could actually make something of all of this, right? Right, exactly, Sharon. That's exactly what you do, right? Because it's only another day, but because we have attached emotions to make these days feel special, right? It's like if it was Valentine's Day and you didn't have a boyfriend, right? And Valentine's Day comes along, right? How do you feel? It's just another day, but you feel absolutely terrible because you don't have a boyfriend, right? Oh, life is so boo-hoo, right? And then you turn that day into something. You weren't thinking about not having a boyfriend yesterday, right? But yesterday wasn't Valentine's Day. Now today's Valentine's Day. Now it's, oh, my life is terrible. I don't have a boyfriend. Like, forget that. Some tamales. Tamales is like the flatbread, right? Flatbread? Yeah, flatbread. I hope I'm thinking that that's what it is. Flatbread, and you make like burritos out of it or something. But eggnog. I love eggnog. I haven't had any eggnog this year. Last year, I don't think I had any eggnog either. I bought an eggnog and I put it in the freezer to freeze it a little bit because I like it like ice cream. Because it thickens up. If you knew that, you could put your eggnog in the freezer, and if you give it a stir, right, or a shake, it will go like milkshake. And it's like the most amazing milkshake ever. And it only needs an hour in the freezer, right? And it's so good. Oh, I want one right now. Instead, I'm going to burp some more with my pop, right? Yeah, so it's been a year. It's been a year. That year is over. That year is over. We don't have to do it again. They come in 28-year cycles. These were, right? 28-year cycles. So the next 28 years, I expect are going to be absolutely amazing. Amazing. Oh, really? That sounds like real Mexican food. Tamales, obviously a Mexican name, like hot tamales, right? But yeah, that does sound good. That sounds really good. I like quesadillas. Oh, really? The farm. I'm going to write that down and I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull that song up, Sharon, and see what it says. I just really love this magnifying glass. I picked it up for $2. I picked this magnifying glass up for $2, and it works so well. Like it's crazy how much it magnifies, right? But I thought I could use it for checking out jewelry, for reading, because my eyes are not so good right now, and I know I do get a little bit of a strain around my eyes because I'm squinting a little bit. But yeah, it works quite amazing. And for $1.40, it was $1.40. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much. For $1.40, I will take that very much. Yeah, I love quesadillas. I think I like Mexican food as long as it's not too spicy. I love chili. I love burritos. I love tacos. I love quesadillas. I would have made a good Mexican. I actually think I was a Mexican Mennonite in a past life. I think I was a Mexican Mennonite. Yeah. in a past life. I'm fascinated by Mennonites. I have a real fascination with Mennonites. I find them to be very I'm drawn to them. I'm drawn to their denomination, the way they worship, the way they live their lives as a community. I love that. I love that they can segregate a whole town, right? They can segregate themselves from society in general as their own town. And they come into the store. They're such lovely ladies. They come into the store all the time, and they're funny, really funny. And they always have a great baking tip or canning tip or sewing tip. I can ask them anything. I make a point every time they come up to the till to ask a question that I would be interested in, because I find the Mennonites to be very, very fascinating. Alice who? How do you know Alice is here, Andrew? I don't see Alice here. Let me take a look at here. Participants. Look at the participants. No, I don't see it. I don't see an Al. Oh, my sister Alice. Alice, you're here. That's my sister. She's the one who got me the apartment, people. Alice, have you heard anything? We're waiting for news. Like, I'm waiting for news. I haven't heard. I'm not down in the comments. I'm not way down here in the comments. Where is Alice? I'm not getting any Alice's comments on my channel. Oh, there you are, Alice. Okay. So, yeah. You'll talk to her? Does she work tomorrow? I'm so worried. It's stressing out. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be optimistic, right? But there are lots of reasons why I shouldn't get that apartment. But I only need one reason why I should get that apartment, right? So I really, really hope. This is my sister, everybody. This is my sister, Alice. Yeah, Sharon was the lady that came up to visit me. Alice, the S Wolf, Alice, she's the one who came up last September from California to come and visit me. I would appreciate it. There we go. Jonathan's here. I was talking about you, Jonathan. I was telling you, I said, oh, Jonathan from my mentorship program. He just messaged me from Instagram. I says, I'm going to go into Instagram and let him know I'm on YouTube right now. And he'll come in and say hi to us. Hi, Jonathan. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming, hanging out New Year's Eve. And like I said, New Year's Eve is just another day, but because we attach our emotions to New Year's Eve like that, we make it important, right? And when we make something important, we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate. And if we don't feel happy and we don't feel like we're included, if we don't feel like we're celebrating, right, that can make us feel bad. And then that's when people start thinking about doing stupid stuff, right? Right? And the worst thing is to leave somebody behind. Somebody goes and does something stupid, and then you leave all these people behind to hurt and to mourn you, right? Right? So it's important. Like when you think of these things, I know it's hard, and I know lots of people think of these things, but if you could think of just one person who actually cares, right? Because that's all you really need, is just to have one person who cares. Happy New Year, Alice. Enjoy your chicken wings, and thanks for checking up on me. Yeah, so that's my sister Alice, everybody. She's the one we were talking about this the other day, because when my father passed away, Alice, who is my second youngest sister, right? She wasn't even like 18. She just left. She just went and she just lived her own life, my sister Alice, right? And she's the one who gave us my nephew Adrian, who was able to keep my dad's last name, Coe, right? So our name gets to carry on for generations again, right? So that's kind of special. And I think my dad would be very, very proud of that. My dad would be very, very proud of that. He would be very proud of his nephew, Adrian, especially to know how well that Adrian grew up to be, right? Yeah, my nieces and nephews, all of them. I have 2 nieces and I have 1 nephew, and they're amazing. They're beautiful young adults, right? They are beautiful young adults, right? And I have 1 great niece now, too. Best wishes to Jonathan and to everybody out there, right? We're not going through a year like we had last year. We are going up, up, up. We are moving forward. We're moving forward in our lives. We're not going backwards. We're not going backwards in our life, right? Yeah, we've had enough of that. We've had enough of the virus. We've had enough of the protests and right? And Nancy, if you watch this later, right? Wishing you well. I know specifically, right, that you're not on tonight because of the chair, right? She's got big problems with that chair of hers. So, and she just doesn't want to lay it on people. So that's why she's not here. Or maybe Nancy is here. She's just in the background, just trying to not be a nuisance. And Nancy could never, ever, ever be a nuisance. Ever, right? We love Nancy. So yeah, if you watch this over later, Nancy, I'm thinking about you. I'm sending you good mojo, right? If I could send good vibes out there and your chair could get fixed, I would do that. And I am doing that just in case it works. Just in case it works. And yeah. But yeah, that was amazing. My sister Alice, she's the one who came in and well, I would say people right this moment, if you ever thought of opening a shop, if you ever thought of opening up a restaurant, now, right this moment would be the time to do it. Because you could get your cost per square footage would be cheap to get it now But can you imagine in 2 months right now, once those vaccines have been rolling out and people are out and about and stuff, that real estate is going to up again, right? I was seriously thinking of maybe getting together with my sister Alice and opening up our own restaurant, right? Because we could get one. There are tons of businesses out there went out of business. And instead of holding on to their leases, they let their leases lapse and let their leases go, or they were legally allowed to be released from their leases, right? That those businesses are available, and those landlords, they need money right now. So right now, if you were thinking of opening up a little shop or you needed some footage, right now would be a good time if you have a little bit of money to put off to the side so that you could maybe possibly do something like that. But I was actually giving something like that a thought too. But I don't want to move too far away from my brand, right? Exploring the inside and the out. That's what I do, right? And that's what I want to continue to do. And so I don't want to sway off and do too many different things, right? I want to keep in the mindset, in the mindfulness. I want to keep exploring. I want to do my back road drives, right? I want to do some adventures, right? Like Cindy Blogs is doing right now. She's in Florida. She went to Florida for Christmas, right? How amazing is that? And no flu. She's being safe. It looks like Disneyland, and all the pictures she's taking, it looks like everybody's keeping their distance. And that's good, because I wouldn't go to Disneyland only for the fact that I don't like big crowds, right? I don't like the big crowds, right? I don't mind being in a crowd as long as I got quite a bit of space. But when everybody starts getting into my space and can get like to arm reach and stuff, I'm like, back up already. Just back up. But I really do. I really hope that New Year's Eve is really quite amazing for absolutely everybody. It has to be over. We are moving forward, and I'm determined that my life is getting better and better and better. There is no going backwards from this point forward. I am just going forward, and I hope a lot of you will join me in that ride. If not, right, just watch me and just go, oh, that's Cindy, right? Oh, that's Cindy, right? At least you can't say I'm not entertaining. At the very least, you can't say that I'm not entertaining. Okay, everybody, what do you think? Is that a live for tonight? I am bagged. I worked all day. I was up most of the night last night thinking about all of this moving and everything. I have a day off tomorrow. I would like to see, I know I'll be in bed by midnight tonight, but I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll go for a little bit of a walk. It's a nice little snowy thing outside. Maybe I'll go for a short walk and go get a cup of coffee. A nice way to end New Year's Eve. Go get a cup of coffee, get a little short walk in, come home. Watch. I never finished watching Mark's and Evan's podcast from yesterday, so maybe I could watch the end of that. Yeah, other than that, I don't have too much on the plate. I'm so sorry. I really am tired, everybody. I'm not going to make it to New Year's staying awake, but I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful New Year's, and we'll see each other on Sunday. So it's only a couple of days away. And this Sunday, I'll go live. For sure, I'll be able to go live this Sunday because I'm not moving this Sunday. I may try and move some on Monday if I can get the keys on Monday, for sure. I have my dolly here. I will take 2 boxes at a time, and I will walk to my apartment. I will walk to my apartment with 2 boxes, right? I have a bus pass. I can go back and forth, 1 box at a time. I have a sled. I have a sled in my locker. See what I mean? See what I mean? I'll make it happen. I'll make this move happen. It's going to be great. You guys just watch me. I'm going to bounce back like the greatest rubber ball ever, right? Do you remember those rubber balls when you were little kids in the 70s and you could just drop it and it would shoot up in the air like 20 feet in the air? Those balls, I love those balls. I haven't given any thought to those balls since forever. They used to make the little ones too. I think they still make them that went with the jumpy jacks and stuff, right? But yeah, one of those larger ones, boom, boom, right? We used to put them in the socks of a stocking and then we'd swing them between our legs and on our sides and stuff up against the wall, right? I remember that. Okay, everybody, I'm pooped and I'm kind of spinning off a little bit, so we're going to call it a night. We'll see each other on Wednesday. Happy New Year again. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for popping in. And yeah, it was really quite lovely. It really was quite lovely. Okay, everybody, have a great night. Bye-bye.